Are you tired of a boring furnace base? Are you not cooking enough metal frags? Do you need a little more excitement in your Rust experience? Then look no further. Introducing my parallel, entirely navigable, interdependable superstructure, or PENIS for short. So first you're just going to be starting off with the standard furnace base design. This is the design that uses the conditional roofs. You don't want to be using floor grills, that's just honestly cheap to raid. So this is pretty much the new meta of furnace bases, or it's been the meta of furnace bases. Start off with 2x2 square foundations and you surround it with these triangle foundations as shown. And you're just going to have an airlock at one side and wall it off. Wall off all the corners, all making a kind of like a circle around the furnace base. And then now you're going to want to have a spot for TC. What I did in this build is I put it opposite of the airlock. It doesn't necessarily need to be there, it's just easy for the purpose of this video. But it's actually important to think about your TC location, because just upgrading it to stone, it's 4 rockets into TC. So not that anybody's gonna raid a furnace base, like come on, nobody raids furnace bases, right guys? Anyways, you want to make sure that you put your furnace down before you put the roofs, because if you put the roofs first, then you won't be able to put the furnace. I've learned this from experience, trust me. And basically, when you're putting on the roofs, you want to make sure that you put the square roofs on the corner of the furnace base. So there's 4 square roofs that you place in total, as you can see, and then the rest are just going to be triangle roofs. And this will create the conditional roof kind of exploit thing that just covers up the furnace. And yeah, it's just 4 rockets to get in. You don't have those pesky floor grills that can just easily be raided with explosive ammo. And for some of these triangle roofs, like I've shown, you're gonna have to go inside either the airlock or the TC room to place those. It's kind of a weird game mechanic where you have to look up at the roof triangle and you have to place the roof through the triangle, but anyways, that's how it is. Okay, now that you're done with your standard furnace base, you've probably been smelting some ore and you're like, okay, I need to smelt more. So you're gonna do the same thing on the other side, placing a square foundation in the middle to create a kind of axis of symmetry. And so you're just really gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, except that this time you don't need a TC room, obviously, because it's connected on the foundation. So you can just have, place your furnace down and you can do literally the exact same thing, inverted on the other side. Another important note is that you should make sure that you have enough space for expansion of your furnace base, of course. If you're just quickly rushing to get a furnace base down, you might not have enough room to fully have everything perfectly lined up, so you might end up with different foundation heights, and you obviously don't want that, but it's probably okay if you do. Okay, once you're here, we're going to be starting to make the airlock and a room for a vending machine. Pretty much as simple, you just go a square foundation out on each side. Right here will be the placement of the vending machine, right there in that doorway, and you'll have a sheet metal door leading to that. Okay, and on the other side, you're just gonna have your double door airlock. And also make sure you put either windows or shop fronts to keep people from getting inside your airlock. Now once we're done with the vending machine and the airlock, we're going to go up with a ladder hatch so we can start with our tower portion of the base, also known as a shaft, if you will. Okay, so now we are creating a layer of half walls around our airlock and our vending machine area. This will allow us to put roofs that I'll show you in a couple seconds here. It's just allowing us to create a little peek down area since you can't put walls next to those roofs. So it's just a little intricate way of making sure that people can't jump onto your roof and get inside of your tower. Also, demolishing these half walls here allows you to create 2 little drop box locations for you to maybe drop some guns before going up to the top, or picking up some guns to go roof camp some kids. Also, you're going to be placing some roof triangles to finish the peek downs and keep people from getting inside of your tower. I do really like this peek down location, and I think it's one of my favorite parts of the build. Now we're actually gonna start building the long part of the shaft. At this point, honeycombing doesn't really matter as you've already had 2 ladder hatches placed, so now you can just use regular ladders. I'm also placing floor frames as I go up just to help with stability. Stability is a major issue of this build. You always want to, take note of what stability you're at. Stability is basically going to limit how tall you're going to be able to make your shaft. Now, of course, you don't want it to be too tall. That would just be unbearable. Honestly, if it's too tall, then it's just like, you see, that's like average. Like, that's honestly, that might be too much for me. For the point of this build, I'm just going to keep going a little bit taller. See how it goes. I'm in no clip right now just to speed the process up, but just going to see how tall we can really make it using these floor frames as support, of course. Now that's just, I can't take that. That's just way too big. We're going to have to go down a little bit. Apologize for that. You can't take that. That's just not really possible. Might need to go down a little more. So if you built the shaft as tall as I have, unbearingly tall as a matter of fact, you're going to have to use these wall frames like this as vanes to basically provide support for these 2 triangle locations next to the furnaces themselves. And now you should be able to easily put those triangles in place and start building your shooting floor. Basically, if you can, you want to put windows all along these triangles, but for me, I wasn't able to do that. I'm not a Rust genius. I honestly don't have a very good grasp of how stability works. So what I'm doing for these 2 triangles, as you can see, is I'm just putting low walls, and I'm gonna basically door it off so you can't just like jump in. But in my actual playthrough on my wipe this week, I was actually able to fully put windows on all sides. I don't know if my shaft was as tall, though. I might have gone a little bit shorter. I'll also include some playthrough at the very end of this video so you can see how the furnace base was working for me. Now this part of the build is, I guess, optional, but what I like to do is I like to put a ladder hatch going up to the top, just so I can place deployables like searchlights and a large wind turbine for electricity. You can ignore my ladder placements here, I'm just not good at placing ladders. So right here, yeah, like I said, I'm just placing my famous spotlights. You gotta, spotlight, moonlight those guys, right? So just place those in each corner of your tower. Also, if you want to be classy, you can put some sirens for some nice little red light, or you can put the blue ones, just for the aesthetically pleasing aspect. So right here, going back down to the core area, I'm gonna put some large batteries next to the vending machine. You can also put batteries like wherever you want throughout the base, like either in the furnace places or heck even in like the tower area, but this is probably the best location, like next to the vending machine. You might only need 1, but if you want to go crazy and put auto turrets up, you might need to. Also ignore my placement of these floor frames there. They definitely do not need to be there. Okay, now I'm gonna build the frames for my wind turbine. For me, I had to place 4 wall frames in order to put the roof on the top. Just some stability issues, of course, when you're building a shaft this mighty and tall. So you're gonna want to put the floor there and just put the wind turbine at the very top. And you might need to put like an electrical branch or something to help lengthen the flow of electricity to wherever your battery is at. But other than that, pretty good wind turbine placement in my opinion. And make sure you guys go all out in your furnace cores. I'm talking put as many boxes as you can, barbecues, mixing tables, workbenches. This is going to allow you to use this as a main base if need be. That happened to me in my Rust wipe. I got raided and I used this as my main base for the last 3 days of wipe. And you're also probably going to want to upgrade this as you can to sheet metal, at least the bottom part, because 4 rockets into your furnace location is not a good, obviously raid cost. But if you do leave it stone, then you might get lucky, and raiders will just think you don't really have a lot of good loot or smelted sulfur or metal fragments because it's just a stone foundation build, and raiders really just won't expect a lot of good loot in there, and you might be able to fool them and get away with using this as your main base, which is what I did in my Rust one. And since this is a pretty weird base design, at least for now, people are probably going to stay away from raiding you, since they're just probably going to make the assumption that you're not a really skillful Rust player and that you don't really have a lot of good loot. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you some footage from my Rust wipe and me building the tower with my friend, and I just thought it was pretty funny, so here we go.
I kind of just want to build the rest of the wipe.
Yeah, why not?
Like, who gives a shit? Build a little penis or a penis town.
Yeah. I like it.
And then all the penis huts for a rock.
Guns for
Yeah, we like this penis hut is it's the top of the line, I would have to say.
Or we can sell it for like one animal fat, because it looks like cum. Oh, somebody was right there door camping me. Hey, are you door camping penis tower? That is not okay, bro.
No.
You're not getting a free gun. Guys, come on.
Guys, come on.
Guys, that's just.
This is penis tower.
This is penis
tower, okay?
Penis tower. You're not gonna. That's just unacceptable.
That's just unacceptable.
That's unacceptable.
That's unacceptable.
You can't have this type of behavior from me.
Yes.
Come up, fellas. Come up.
Are you further up?
Yeah.
I'm fine with my penis beacons. Yo, can you save me?
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm in the first floor, peek down. Take me home. I
You
have
got
a-
your stupid
Your
penis.
stupid penis.
They're jumping in. They're jumping in. We gotta go. Go up. Go up.
Bro, you sound like he's 5. What?
Guys, stop the
Guys,
fighting.
stop the fighting at penis tower. This is unacceptable.
Can I have my water pipe?
We do not condone.
We do not condone
at
any
penis
fighting
tower.
at penis tower. That is
terrible.
That is
Why would you
terrible.
Do that?
Why would you do that?
Do not shoot
Hey!
penis tower.
Penis tower.
Bro! What? This is good. I gotta go down.
So 29% stability.
Anyways, you guys, this was my Rust penis-based design. I hope you guys go out and enjoy this design and customize it the way you want for your Rust wipe. I'll be looking forward to posting more Rust content soon. Maybe some more base builds, maybe some actual PvP. But anyways, hope you all appreciate this video. Peace out.